What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Oh, how I knew this moment was a coming. It is officially open season on Danny Swift Garcia. Now, I just did a video about Marcos Maidana, who just called out Danny Garcia. He said he wants that action, he wants that fight at 147. Now add to the list little bro, Adrian Broner. AB, you know. This is what Adrian Broner said via social media. Great fight, Garcia and Lamont. I'm happy nobody got severely hurt. I got love for both fighters, but Lamont is closer to me, so I was going for him. Now I got all that out of the way. This is my message to my friend, my homie, Danny Garcia. Heal up well and get back in the gym and fight me in September in Vegas at the MGM Grand. Let's get this money and go to rehab together on Sunday. Hashtag about billions. Hashtag DSG. Hashtag business before brothers. Now, I want to spend some time talking about this. And the cold part about boxing is there is no room for error. Like if you slip, if you trail off, if you don't have an exceptional performance, like if you look good, then motherfuckers don't want to fuck with you. People don't want to fight you. And you don't really hear this. But if you have a shitty performance like Danny Garcia, they're on your head royally. They put a bullseye on your back and they're gunning for you. They want that fight. And you already seen two people within a matter of hours after the fight, and they've already called Danny Garcia out. And that's the crazy part about boxing. If you look vulnerable, people want that. You know what I mean? They might not fuck with you when after Danny Garcia beat Lucas Matisse, for instance. I don't really remember many people calling him out. But now in the recent fights, he hasn't looked so great. Now all of a sudden you see a bunch of callouts. Now, as far as the art of the call out, I'm going to probably do a separate video about this. I like it. I like the fact that Broner and certain other people, Demetrius Andre, are actually calling out people. Now, I don't want to see it just stop at a call out. I don't want to just hear motherfuckers going in on social media like, oh, Amir Khan, Broner, back and forth like banter, and nothing happens. So I do like the fact that Broner's calling out people, especially someone he considers a friend. So I really respect that. And when I think about this fight, it's funny how boxing works because there's a point in time where Danny Garcia was looking very solid and he was on the incline. He was on the rise. He had fought Lucas Matisse, the biggest challenge of his career, and he passed that test with flying colors. And Broner, around that time, or a little bit after or whatever, lost to Marcos Maidana. And I was thinking about the fight because they've always linked the two, Danny Garcia and Adrian Broner. And I was thinking to myself, like, if those two were to ever fight at 140, I would probably pick Garcia based on, just how things were going at the time. But now, when I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of re-examining this fight, and I think it's a really good fight, especially if you look at their last two performances. Danny Garcia, in his last three fights, he's looked suspect in two of them, and it's all been surrounding the same style of fight. Then you look at Adrian Broner, and in his last fight with John Molina, now I'm not saying John Molina is Danny Garcia, but they're two guys with power, and Broner didn't even really get hit. He looked very slick. He showed movement. And you look at Broner and Lamont Peterson. Now, they're their own fighters. I think Lamont Peterson has better upper body movement, better head movement. But there's certain things that Broner has an advantage. He's slick also, but I think Broner has more pop than Lamont Peterson. And he probably has a better chin than Lamont Peterson. And we've seen how Lamont Peterson just made Danny Garcia look. So this is actually a really good fight when I think about it. Now, the Danny Garcia Maidana fight, that's cool. But I think Danny Garcia should stick around 140 and clear up some of this drama. He had two fights that, in my opinion, warrant a rematch. Mauricio Herrera and Lamont Peterson. He looked shitty in both of those fights. So clear that up or fight a guy like Broner at 140 before you move up to welterweight. Like I said, it's going to look like you're running from the division. You know what I mean? If you don't clear some of that up. So the more I think about Broner and the more I think about Broner versus Garcia, the more I'm like, sign me up. Because like I said, last fight with Broner, he looked very slick and he possesses some of the things that have given Danny Garcia problems. That athleticism, that slickness, a good jab has bothered Danny Garcia, movement. Lamont Peterson, he is like he exposed a lot in this fight with the movement, especially. And Broner was moving pretty good against Molina. So I'd actually be interested in this particular fight. Now, I would say Lamont Peterson has more bounce. Broner is still a little bit more flat-footed in general, but he showed some different dynamics versus John Molina. So I would actually want to see this. Danny Garcia is still dangerous, has power in his left, and Broner looks like he has a solid chin based on the punches he took in the Maidana fight. And he at least has the experience in the higher weight division. So I think this is a really good fight. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Broner versus Danny Garcia. Who wins at 140? Fuck these friendships. Let's get these good fights. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like my video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.